It's working. Not done one of these before, so we'll give it a little while for people to jump in. See how we'll get Mr. Melbs in this mix as well. Hope everyone's enjoying being locked down, not losing their mind yet. Can everyone hear me okay? Not done one of these before, so don't know how close, how far away you can get. What's happening in Tasmania? Tasmania. Alright, let's see if I can find Chris connecting on the bat phone to sunny Bristol. No, it's not that button. Here we go. Alright. LBS. No. Chris isn't around yet, but that's all good. What are you barking at? Yeah, there's only 8 people on now, so we'll hang tight a little bit, but yeah. I'll explain to people later on, especially you guys in Tasmania, that this is how English people speak, regional dialect. We don't sound like Downton Abbey, stuff like that. Small country, but we've all got very varied accents. There's Melbs. Boom! Let's get this on. You come see the people?
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Am I proper? Because you're on the side.
Oh, you're on the side.
Am I on the side or are you on the side?
I'm on the top of the screen, and I'm like portrait. You're on the bottom, and you've gone landscape.
Have I? Oh,
Yeah, is this how it works?
no idea, mate. I've got some like MacGyver kind of shit going on here. I've not even got like a proper tripod.
Mate, I haven't. I've got a Sopranos box set behind the camera. Stood in front of the window, so I've got a bit of daylight.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, man. Let's have a quick look. Alex.
Yes.
Alex says you're on the side. Alex, how do we turn them round, mate?
Right. I don't know. What's this thing? No, that's not it. I'm just gonna have to do this, am I?
Yeah. Does that work?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to hold it.
You're gonna have to hold the entire 2 minutes of chatting.
Right.
Mate, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, in my Bristol bunker.
Yes. How many miles away? 220?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'm turning that up now. That's better.
Perfect. How's the
Right.
family?
Family are all good? Yeah, just cracking on. We've got the kids at home now. And
Are you homeschooling them?
You what?
Are you homeschooling them or just let them run wild?
They're feral, mate.
Cleaning up the cam off the walls.
Yeah, we're doing all right, actually. We're kind of like the school sent through an email. with like a timetable and all that sort of stuff, and like a load of things you got to do with them. So yeah, just getting that out of the way and then let them chill a little bit. It's just all a bit mental for them as well, you know.
Yeah, this is
So
the thing. They're only young, aren't they? Like in the grand scheme of things, if this lasts 1 month, 3 months, like it's going to be a tiny portion of their lives, isn't it? Once time passes, but it's terrifying, man. It's got to be terrifying for the kids. But
yeah, but they're quite young. They're like 6 and 9, you know. So
yeah,
they can get that. They can get their heads around it. They're more bothered about like Disney Plus not fucking streaming, not streaming.
yeah, man. I've been getting
Yeah,
advertised off them
yeah.
like the last couple of weeks. I nearly did it yesterday, but I'm right. I'm hanging out for the minute.
How you doing up there? You all right?
Yeah, all right, man. It's a little bit confusing in terms of what you're actually allowed to do. So obviously, homework. I'm still trying to keep up with my exercise. Still trying to keep up with the dog walks. Just going out crack of dawn, mate. Getting in
Yeah,
the car and going 15 minutes away just to the sticks where there's nobody. Keeping busy, keeping active.
yeah.
Weirdly, it's been sunny today, and I feel like I've been burnt already.
You've got a bit of a tan. Yeah.
But, yeah, either that or the Rona's kicking in.
I've just
Well,
got a plasma tan, mate. That's the only tan I get these days. Yeah.
mate, let's talk what all these people, what we got.
Yes. Yeah.
15 mighty people in. Thank you to everyone who's come
Yeah.
on board.
I wasn't even expecting that, so thank you. I was just like catching up with Al. So this is
Yeah.
extra. Yeah. Nice.
So should we say, like, we've known each other for a long time now?
Mm.
12, like professionally, 12 years.
Yeah. It was that first McFall studio interview, wasn't it, in Bristol? And
Yeah, Joe.
that's about 12 years ago.
That's
It's
it.
got to
So
be, yeah.
for those who don't know, I used to art direct a magazine called Computer Art Projects. Actually, I'm not going to go and find the right one, but it's this magazine published
Yeah,
from,
great.
I think
Great, Meg.
I started working on it 2008 and worked on it till November 2010, and then it closed down 2011. I'm not saying that had anything to do with me leaving, but
Couldn't go on without you, Al.
Yeah. So first met Chris on that magazine. We went to Bristol, interviewed you and the Mr. Mighty John McFall.
Yeah, that's it. Can't even remember who it's for. I think it was in the Alnafini win, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So the magazine used to do interviews with people that worked in different industries in the design industry. And then you guys were more of a specialist design studio, a specialist illustration studio, really.
Yeah,
right?
I'd say like about 80% of it was illustration. Yeah, definitely. But we kind of, as time went on, we kind of crossed over and lines blurred, and we just became a bit of a kind of all rounder, really. But yeah, when you interviewed us, it was solely illustration, murals, illustration in branding, illustration just commercial, everything really. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the time when we would have interviewed you, was it you and John and Ollie as well? Mega Munden? Was Ollie there?
I think was it just the three of us? There might have been. There's been some great names involved with McFall actually.
Yeah.
There's Tom Burden and Jack Mitchell. Tom, who's now like an amazing 3D artist, and Jack Mitchell. Jack Mitchell works at Isle of Dust. Ollie's gone on to be like an amazing tattooist.
Yeah.
And doing his thing. John think he's working for. Well, he's got his own agency now, but they do a lot of stuff in New Balance and a lot of outdoor sporty sort of stuff. McFall and Pay, that's it. Yeah. Who else is there? Luke Choice, who's now Velvet Spectrum, who's doing amazingly. So yeah, it was a right little powerhouse for a bit. There was just lots of great names involved. Yeah.
Like a little hip hop illustration university.
It was, yeah. It was cool. It was
good
good.
time. That was back in 2008 when we first met. I think from then, our history, we started working. What was the first time we worked together?
AnyForty probably doing some t-shirt stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I know we've had quite a lot of releases. We've done charity prints. But yeah, we work regularly since, 2000 and 2009, 2010, doing client jobs in the last couple of years.
See one behind you now, like the Tokyo mural in Newcastle.
Got that on the screen. Got it on actually a life-size.
There you go. Yeah.
From Travis Price as well. Boom. So yeah, that was God, time flies, mate. That was probably.
That's a few years ago.
3 years ago.
That was a good job. That was a nice job. Who else was involved in that? Oh No's, was it? Or no? No. Who was it?
That one. Chris Murray in
Chris
Philadelphia.
Murray. Yeah.
Paolo Ariano. Never know how to say his surname. Andre Bito. God, mine's gone. Yeah. Phil painted the murals. Yeah, it was a good job, man.
Yeah, it was really good.
How did you get into illustration and art, Chris?
I've always kind of been into it through graph and comics way back in school. You know, spending all my time doodling in books rather than actually learning. Nice. And then lucky, like just kind of did the normal route. I say kind of semi-normal route. Went to college, didn't get any qualifications unfortunately, but they gave me like a bit of a back sort of like door stage into college, and just worked my way up from there. Yeah, just didn't go as far as university. Just got my HND. It's a small little town called Redditch outside Birmingham. That's where I went. The local college. I think it's still there, the new college. And then from there, I just kind of I just sent my CV out. I just worked for various bits and bobs, around Brum, small little print houses, and then the internet actually happened. Actually, sorry, mate, I'm going to take that out. That's bugging me.
Yeah, man. So someone switched the internet on. Things started happening.
Yeah, and then the internet happened. Yeah, and I decided to get into that. So yeah, I've kind of like I've done a bit of everything, to be honest. I have done like all sorts. I've done print, screen. I was thinking earlier, like apparel, computer games, graphic design, illustration, commercial illustration, every kind of platform really. I've had a pop at everything.
Yeah, so I was going to say that's probably the question to ask. Like, what haven't you done that you'd like to do? You do like a lot of movie posters these days, don't you?
I'm a little bit more involved in that side of things now. That's through Poster Posse and my agent Debut as well. They get the odd kind of movie sort of stuff in. Say that their debut let me a lot of editorial, which I really enjoy doing.
Nice.
And I've worked for various agencies as well in that time. We talked about my form, but before that, I'm trying to think who I've worked for. When I first moved to London, I worked for the Attic. They're quite an iconic design company.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a Sign Needham and some of them, and Cy Dixon of Dixon Baxi now.
Yeah.
He was my creative director actually. I wasn't there too long. I was there for about 18 months, and then the first recession sort of like hit, and
2008 sort of time.
Yeah. And then I left that because of that. And then I worked for smaller companies around London like Zip, Myriad Form, which I actually preferred. You know, I worked for I did a stint at BBH as well, the ad agency, and it was all good fun. It's all a massive learning curve. You know, I've just learned so much being at these big agencies, but from being there and working in the smaller agencies, I definitely preferred the smaller outfits. It's just, I think it's a trust thing as well. You know, when you're in a smaller agency, you're kind of trusted a lot more, and I like that. I'm trying to else I think for, and then work for a company called Version, which is Antorum. You know Ant? Yeah.
Ant Froome, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we worked together a long time, several years actually in London. He was my boss, and then we just kind of like me and the missus. We got tired of London. We just knew we would never be able to afford to buy a house there and whatnot. So
And
we
that
had
was
friends in Bristol who we used to come down and see all the time, and just fell in love with Bristol. And then I went freelance for a little bit while I was in London, and then brought those clients down with me. I made new clients when I was down here, like E3. Remember them? Yeah. Well, it was one of my first jobs when I came down to Bristol, doing the illustrations for the Orange.com when they were around, the Orange.com website. Trying to think who else, but and then it really took off, actually, the freelance side of things. That was just before McFall.
Yeah.
And I was working for who I work for now, Bose Collins.
Yes.
God, it's so weird talking about it because I'm kind of like two in a row and backtracking and stuff. But no, I actually met Bose Collins in London. Probably like in the first few weeks, I actually moved to London. There was a job opportunity at their studio in Angel, and I didn't get the job, but they gave me loads of freelance. And we just kind of hit it off there. Like they've become like two of my best friends now, as well as the guys I work for and work with.
The beauty of this game, isn't it? It's making relationships with people, even if you're not working with them initially. Like you don't know what's going to happen, like 2 years down the line, 4 years down the line.
Totally, yeah. It's so funny. I've just like got they're like my real good friends now, and the people who I met through the industry are still friends, still contacts. Like you, for instance, you know, just you do stay in touch, and you do stay kind of like on it with each other. That's what I like about what we do, you know, that kind of creative hub. And things like It's a Shame Off was cancelled because of the virus thing, but things like that, it's just where you all hook up. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you just sort of hook up and you know each other.
Yeah, that was the last time we actually spoke properly, wasn't it?
It was actually, yeah.
April last year. Matt there. God, who's there?
I bumped into so many people I haven't seen in ages. It was lovely. It's really, really nice.
That's the thing, and it'll be happening again this year. It'll be moved to like September.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, so fingers crossed. Yeah, but where am I then? So I moved Bristol, freelance for a bit for a few local companies, doing a few big jobs. A lot of things happened, actually. That's when I first got my job for Lucasfilms. That was a biggie. Costa Coffee at the time. A few real big branding jobs, which kind of put me out there. And the work just kept coming in. And I think that's why John got in touch first time around, because he saw some of the stuff I was pumping out there. And he said, like, I've got this job, me and Ollie. Do you fancy getting on board, helping out with it? Which I was like, yeah, lovely. I'd heard of him, you know, because he was kind of part of that whole, there's McFall Studio, I Love Dust, you know, that down the south kind of East Coast design scene, what was going on. That sounds like a gangster's safe coast. But
that was down Portsmouth. Was it Portsmouth?
You what, mate? You what?
That was down Portsmouth, wasn't it?
Yeah, South Sea, yeah. They should actually share the studio space.
Nice.
Yeah. They all kind of like shared the same studio space together. So I got to know them guys. And I came on board helping out John and Ollie, and we just all hit it off. They were like, "Do you fancy just like, you know, hooking up and cracking on with a few more jobs?" And it just kind of organically happened. The whole McFall Studio. Nothing was kind of agreed or set. It just kind of happened, you know.
So did you guys used to work all physically in one space?
Yeah. Oh no, for a little bit, and then because I was based in Bristol, over that way, and I just worked remotely. I had a little space in Tobacco Factory for a bit, and we got a few more bums on seats in the studio there. I think it was Ardman. That's when I first met Gav Strange, because he was working upstairs. I don't know if it was actually for Ardman at the time. I think he was just still Jam Factory. But again, just being over the water over there, just meeting other creatives. I've always found Bristol great for that.
That's it. It's somewhere, like, obviously when I first met you when I was living in Bath, working for Computer Arts, Bristol was somewhere that I was pretty much going like every weekend.
Yeah.
It's such a creative city. Like I've lived
awesome.
quite a lot of places in the UK, and that's like if money was no object and you could have like a comfortable life anywhere, I
Yeah,
think I'd live in Bristol, man.
yeah. No, I love it. I don't see us going anywhere for a long while. Yeah, it just everyone's just so kind of like on point here. Everyone's
Yeah,
just honest and real, and
relax.
there's a great. So I punch myself and kick myself sometimes. I just get involved with the scene a lot more than I do. There's just so many great things here, like the talks, like Fred and Glug and the thing. What is it? The gather round thing Ben does over in the tobacco factory. I'm just yeah, it's just work basically, work and family. But the
Yeah,
kids are getting older now, so they're kind of a little bit more independent ish. So I'm not sending them out to work or anything,
yeah.
but it just does mean that I could like yeah, I'm definitely going to get involved a lot more.
Nice.
I've
Yeah,
just
Shane,
kind of I've just
it is.
hunkered down basically for the past few years. Just been like dad work.
Yeah.
But I think yeah, it's a bit of a I've got to get involved
That's
a
it,
bit more
because you're
than I do.
definitely like a lot of the artists that I work with for AnyForty. Everyone's hard working, everyone's always working, but you seem, especially like whenever I'm chatting to you, you've got stuff always on. But mate, you always make time to
And
work.
mate, you don't get rings around the eyes like this for like yeah. I'm
They've
just
badges of honour.
it's kind of scary. Yeah, it is. I know everyone, you see what these people say, got to take care of yourself and look after yourself, and that's so right. But I
Yeah,
don't abide to it. I'm terrible. I'm a fucking car crash, mate. Half the
mate.
time, I
Do you
really
do any
am.
exercise? Do you make time for exercise or?
I get on my bike occasionally.
Yeah,
I need to do a lot more than I do. I've got a bit of a cake and biscuit belt on me. I need to sort
mate,
that out. Yeah. I do enjoy getting on my bike. Bristol's great for that as well, just sort of
yeah.
like riding around. But yeah, I do need to get out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Perfect timing, mate. Perfect timing to get out there.
Mate, let's take it out there. Well, no, I'm not even going to joke about that. We've got to stay locked in, haven't we?
It's one of those things, dude. Just get
Right, so
through it,
let's,
innit? One day at a time.
mate, definitely, mate. We could just talk and talk for hours and hours, but let's try and talk a bit about your work, like about your
Yeah.
style. Like you
My
must be one.
style, I suppose I've done, like I said earlier, I've kind of worked across all different mediums and platforms for all kinds of things. I suppose the past few years I've really concentrated on my illustration,
Yeah,
that mega detailed kind of. I find that just really comfortable to do anyway. That's why I kind of did it. I was just. I used to work for a branding packaging agency in Bath called Sun House.
oh yeah,
Brilliant, absolutely amazing guys, lovely people. One of the best agencies I've ever worked for. And I used to do a lot of I did a lot of illustration for them, but also like graphic design and branding and
were they the
whatnot.
studio that you did the? Was it a Marmite campaign?
Yes, that was the first job I did for them. Actually, they
That was it,
called
like
me in.
Selfridges and or like
Yeah,
all of
it was a limited edition print for Marmite, which they were selling in Selfridges.
this.
And I think they only did about 50 of them. They sold them all, which was great. And it was all part of a pop-up shop they were doing. And then kind of like from that, we did all like the design for the interiors for the pop-up shop, t-shirts, posters, stuff for the kids, little toys, everything. It just kind of like carried on and on and on. Just became this overall experience, I suppose. That's what pop-up shops are.
Yeah.
But the print was the first thing I did for them, and we just hit it off. And it was lovely in a studio in Bucks in Wiltshire.
Oh yeah.
It's lovely. It's like this kind of converted old barn thing, quarry house thing. I don't know what it was. It was just on this big hill.
That where digital are? Is
You
that
want,
where
mate?
is that where
Right, literally down the road, mate, at Corsham. Yeah. That's where I think from. No, I knew Rick before then because of you and getting some prints done. But
Yeah.
yeah, I used to pop down to see Rick occasionally. And yeah, I ended up sort of like working with him. Again, it was just like what happened went forward, just organically kind of you meet certain people you just get on with, and yeah, there's that click with the work. So just kind of ended up staying there, and then they offered me a few days a week. So I decided I was like, yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy the work. The work was work was cool. I got into a lot of kind of merchandise,
Yeah.
taking big brands. We did stuff like BBC, Mermai, MTV, but it was just kind of taking their brand and making it work across style guides and merchandise, which was good fun actually.
Nice.
Really pushing your design skills, just taking a logo and what you can do with it and make it work across everything. And I enjoyed that for a long while actually. And then I got into the packaging side of things,
Right.
which was cool, which was good. The only reason why I probably left was kids, taking them to school. The geography of it all, a little bit, traveling every day.
It's quite a distance from Bath, from Bath, isn't it? So
yeah, it wasn't even that. It's like if I live kind of like more central Bristol, it's not like I'm a million miles away, but it was just like an extra train journey on top of the train journey I had to take to see them. And it was just like, yeah, my second was starting school, and I wanted to take him to school and just be kind of local for him. And my personal work was really taking off as well.
Yeah.
And it was like, just switch it up a little bit, you know.
So everything you do at the minute, that's all just done from home?
Yeah. I've just got like this little bunker. It's turned into a bunker at the moment. I'm just here, just plugging away, mate. Got like this little room. It's cool. It sort of suits me perfectly at the moment. You know, I might switch it up again, might change it again later on down the line. But at the moment, pretty happy doing what I'm doing. Most of the time I'm working for Bose Collins. We're working on a few cool things together. And then there's the Poster Posse and What Dave You Get Me. And I've got a few direct clients. So it's nice having that kind of close knit, tight circle of friends, clients, you know. A lot of magazines return for work, which is, so I must be doing something right. I've recently took on a few other kind of more direct jobs, a few album covers, which has been good fun.
Oh, nice. Stuff that's come out yet?
You what, mate?
Is anything released recently? Or
yeah, there's a band I'm working for at the moment called The Scribes. They're like a hip hop outfit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're awesome. I saw them at a festival last year, and just really impressed by their stuff. And we got chatting. I asked for some radio edits because Flynn really liked it, but there's a bit of swearing in there. Oh, sorry, I got a little one there. Wait, can you close the door? Yeah, was it good? There's son number one.
Did you ever see the video? I think it was like a BBC News last year where there was some like really stuffy like doctor, and he was doing,
yeah, I did see that.
And then the nanny came in, tearing in, grabbing him, and then called out the background.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, he's gone. He's off. It's like, it's boring what you do. No, they like what I do actually. The kids are quite down with it, especially when it's like the Marvel stuff and things like that. Maybe. They're quite into that. Yeah, they come into the room and like see like Avengers on my screen and or some fun. But the Scribes. I saw them at a festival. Got in touch. Really like the music. Do you have any radio edits or anything a bit cleaner my son can listen to, because it was totally down with what you were doing. I got back in touch, and you know, you check shit out, don't you, with the emails, things like that. So they must have checked my stuff out, and they said they really like the stuff. We just got chatting, and I agreed to do their EPs. I got 3 EPs coming out, the Totem trilogy, and I've just been working on that for the past week or so. And it's good fun. It's just like a local thing.
Like, we don't want to talk too much about this pandemic thing because it's just like a heavy blanket crushing everybody. But at the moment, there'll be a lot of self-employed people on here, a lot of fellow artists whose works
totally
being postponed. Has your work been affected at all yet?
I'm kind of like in the midst of a middle of things, you know, and they haven't been dropped as such yet. A few things paused, but it's there. You know, I'm not avoiding it. It might happen, but at the moment I'm just kind of like head down, concentrate. I'm trying to just do day by day, just concentrate on what I've got going on right now. I tell you what, though, there's nothing like a global crisis to light a bit of a fire under your bum, because I've been like cracking on with my website and things like that as well, just for like if things do get like mega quiet, just get that out there. I've Yeah, Debut, my agent, they're great. They sent an email out yesterday saying send all your recent work. You know, we'll do our best to get you work. I've not tried for it yet, but I'm going to. You know, I'm not resting on my laurels at all. There are massive companies who had to just stop or let people go, and amazing, amazing talented illustrators and designers. Just but the work's just dried up all of a sudden. It's just got to remind ourselves it's not forever. It's for a while.
Nah, it's scary, and like you say, I think that's going to be the best way to approach things, just a day by day basis.
Yeah, totally. I think you want, mate.
No, carry on, man.
I was just saying, I just hope they sort that the whole kind of like freelance and self-employed kind of like money thing go, because that's just ridiculous what they're offering at the moment. People can't survive on that.
I think they will do. I've spoken to a few people, and they seem to reckon that the government's probably, well, hopefully, sat down, they've worked out all these things that they can pay people, but they're just kind of announcing it in bits rather than just throwing it all out there at once.
Yeah.
Listening to the people. So they've probably worked something out where they're going to help self-employed people like us out. But they might announce it soon, and then it'll sound like they've been listening to us and seeing our...
I hope so. They've got to, it's not as if like a small amount of people, is it? It's so many people from every kind of skill set as well, not just what we do. Painters, decorators, plumbers, electricians. I mean, there's just some massive workforce, mate. You cannot ignore that. And people cannot live on that.
Even on my estate, mate, it's like barbers, like girls that have got pet lamb patisserie that make brownies and cupcakes and stuff.
Yeah, totally. People have worked hard to get where they are, and then to have to kind of like that taken away from it and just like to crumble, it's not fair. I think they need to, they need to sort it.
Yeah. So I just wanted to test on and see if your work had been affected at all, and if you had any advice for, let's just say, some of the younger people or people with less experience and less contact.
Well, I've been through one recession, mate, already, and I was a lot younger then, and probably not doing as much as I'm doing now, and I managed to survive that. It can be done. It's just sort of like knuckling down, do what you can, just stay kind of like, I don't want to sound like when you see tweets and whatnot, stay positive and PMA, and that's all very well, but when you're in your head's in that cloud, that doesn't mean shit. You're just like, fuck, I've got bills to pay or got this to pay, but I'm still here after that one. I know this is very different. It is totally different. It's global pandemic thing, and it's nothing like how it was back then. But you can get through it. I think you just got to kind of stay. Yeah, you have got to stay proactive. Just kind of like look at your websites and your Behance pages and everything. Just get it all updated and just keep plugging.
So let's just talk about. Let's just say, for example, you're out there, your work's dried up a little bit, you want to remain inspired, and you want to crack on personal work, personal projects. Who inspires you? Obviously, you've been around for a long time. Are you still inspired by people that you worked with back in the days, or is there any new people that work you look at and think, fuck, I really like what these guys are doing, or this girl's doing, or this studio's doing? Anyone that really jumps out to you at the moment?
Who do I'm just thinking who I always go to. I think it's Dixon Baxi, the design agency. Absolutely love their stuff. It's totally different to anything I do, but I can appreciate what they do totally and how they do it. They're just so on it, on point. A lot of my friends, I know that sounds so corny, but it's true. I'm lucky enough to know some great people like Ant and Oram. He does amazing. I love what he does. Sam Hadley, Slumberdean. He's an amazing illustrator. He's unreal.
Was that Sam I met off last year?
Yes, it is. Yeah. You should do check his stuff out. He's just released his kids' book actually last night for the kids to do. It's amazing. But yeah, he's an amazing illustrator. The guys in the poster posse, all the poster posse guys, just
what's Sam's details, just for people to check him out?
He's I think it's just Sam Hadley Illustration or Slumberdean. I can't remember. I think just try samhadley.com. Yeah, but he's he's on the debut books and BA Reps books as well, so you can see his stuff up on
Yeah, he's a
there.
good guy.
So, oh, he's a lovely guy, lovely bloke. Yeah, so talented, amazing. Tom Muller, I love his stuff. You know the guy who does all the comic book stuff. He just did the House of X things.
He
yeah,
did
he blows me away.
Kind of signal noises, James. That
yes, yeah.
He did a talk at off as well, didn't he? Did you see his talk last year?
I wasn't there for that one, mate. The off I went to last year was the first one I'd been to. I'm so looking forward to this one. So hopefully it will still happen. John Contino, I like his branding, that kind of like hand embellished stuff he does. And the AnyForty artists like Chris Burry and Travis Price you were just talking about earlier, and Ben Brown as well. I've got a few. There's one down there. I'm not sure you can see that. Got one of Ben's prints down there. Captain America one. I can't see it. I like his stuff. Like he reminds me of the old Mambo Surf kind of vibe going on. I love that. I love that look. Just there's so many out there. It's all very inspiring.
That's
totally.
It. I think like in this moment in time, it's very easy to get sucked into the news, constantly checking the news, and worrying about things. So, do you think people should just check different avenues? Go down a rabbit hole of like hashtags, illustration, art, whatever. Find people doing stuff that you've not seen their style of work before, and get inspired and create stuff.
Totally.
This live stream, to be honest, man, it's like something I've wanted to do for a while. We spoke recently.
We did, it's been speaking. I think you got such a kind of like history there, mate. And I was looking through the AnyForty book actually the other day. It's just like the amazing artists in there.
Mate, so lucky to work with. Yeah, like, so great people and people that I keep in touch with, people that have become really good friends.
Totally.
Have gone through the roof, but it's it's incredible, man. And
it's an amazing. And just kind of getting everyone together, just chatting, just talking. It's just nice listening and see what inspires them. And
that's why you've got to take a bad thing, and what's happening at the minute is a bad thing. But to be honest with you, I've been in a world of just concentrating on client jobs recently. That's what's keeping the lights on. And then when things get a bit iffy, you get a bit more spare time, and you think, no, I'm gonna go back to the roots and explore what got me into this game, what I enjoy.
Yeah, totally. I've been doing it so long, mate. I really have, and I'm still here. You know, and there's I'm not the best, not best of the best, but you know, I'm alright at what I do. And there's better illustrators out there and better painters and designers and stuff. But
one thing that always blows me away with your work is like you're constantly evolving. You never. It's not like it doesn't seem like it's not like you're not happy with the work you're doing, but you're always like trying different styles.
I love to do that though. I've always been personally me. That's what I like to do. I've always enjoyed trying different styles and looks and keeping it fresh. I know that's a great thing, and also at the same time it can be a bit like when you go on my debut page, all my illustration looks like my illustration. I wouldn't put some of the stuff I've been playing around with there at the moment, which is a lot simpler, and because it looks like a different illustrator and designer. But I can't not do that. That's just me. I love just kind of like trying out different things. For long before the illustration, I made my name a lot in kind of digital Photoshop kind of stuff. You know, I went a bit nuts on that for a bit, and a few of my pieces went out there, and people were, whoa, you know, and I enjoyed doing that.
That was a huge thing back in the days, wasn't it? Probably, again, the computer arts projects days, 2008, 2010, it was all, like deathcore, just the manner.
A lot of that. I was doing a lot of that, a lot of that kind of abstract weirdness and lasers and lights and lots of, you know, but I enjoyed it, you know, I do enjoy that, but I enjoy branding as well, and I love having a crack at a lovely logo, you know, and just creating style sheets and
Swiss Army knife.
I suppose I am. A bit of a Swiss Army knife, mate. I just have a go at it. Shit at DIY and sculpting and things like that. I can't. But crack open Photoshop or Illustrator, I'll give it my best, and it usually turns out okay.
Like we've still got quite a lot of people looking. Should we see if anyone's got any questions for you?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. I don't know whether I can answer them.
Oh,
Oh, I recognise Sophia. Yeah, she's a good friend, actually.
yeah, we've got a lot of people viewing. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. This was from quite a while ago, though. But Melbs seems to have a lot of different skills. What does he think makes something a Melbs piece? That's from Norma Studio in, I think he said Tasmania.
Tasmania.
We've got May.
I don't know, mate. That's a tough one, isn't it? I suppose it's
Yeah.
kind of like I've been like a finish to something, you know, just like I suppose, like we just discussed, I can do various and different kinds of designs and looks and feels and vibes or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, like the actual finish to it, I just feel like when I hand stuff over, it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm happy with that it's more quality control kind of thing. I like to hand over something like it's like job done, and the client feels like that's a job done.
Yeah.
I suppose that's more. It's not even like a style, is it? It's more of a kind of like nod to you sort of thing. Like, yeah, happy. I've
Yeah.
never really had an upset client, which is great. That's not a boast. It's the truth. I've never had, and usually I'm not. I get it on the head straight away with a concept, or you
Yeah.
know, might get a few men's back, but usually I've got it right.
Yeah. I think that's a
But
brilliant.
that's just because I've been doing it so long. It weren't like that to begin with.
Nah.
You know, it's took time to kind of get to that level.
I think that's a good thing. Whenever we work together, when we work together on a like an AnyForty release, it's very different. There's a lot more creative freedom, really,
Yeah,
on the artist side because there's no one to please really apart from me.
some
And
people, yeah.
when you want a client job and I've got to work out what they want and then kind of loosely brief you guys in. But again, I don't think there's been any client jobs that we've worked on where stuff hasn't pretty much gone right first time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
both your
I think
those demon
it's a
titles, especially.
yeah, yeah. That would kind of swam through, didn't it? And I think it's because it's a trust thing, isn't it? As well, you just trust each other
Yeah.
to kind of go away, and you know what you're going to get in return is what you're after. Yeah, I think that just helps so much in the job. There's nothing wrong with kind of like checking up, and you know, a lot of agencies you have to do that. You know, just all get together and make sure you're kind of staying on the path.
Yeah.
But yeah, these days it's nice. I kind of given a job, and we'll be in touch in a few days. You know, none of that kind of can we just see what you're doing, or can we? Like, it's which I don't mind. I don't mind because I've realised that you know that it has to go like that. Sometimes it has to work like that. But most of the time, yeah, I'm left kind of like to my own devices, just like crack on. I think it helps. You what, do?
I was going to jump into another question, mate. If that's all right.
Yeah, yeah, do.
We'll both like chatting shit, don't we? So we could probably talk for a long time.
Yes, we can, mate.
Midlands in the north. Right. Oh, Mr. Ant Orams, got a question.
Oh no, I thought you blocked him.
Yeah, we just delete him off. What's your favourite typeface?
My favourite typeface. Oh my god, trust him to say that.
Straight in with the designers chat.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. God, I'm a bit boring, you know. I just like your traditional like Futura and things like that. Just simple, straightforward. I like treating typefaces. I once said at Sunhouse, what was it? I said legibility is overrated. And they put that in one of their comments, like their designs, like James just pissed himself at that because I just like sometimes just take a typeface and yeah, just fuck around with it so much, so it does become beyond that. Usually, kind of make it part of my illustration, part of my work. But if I'm doing like a nice, yeah, nice piece of work where you have to read it or understand it, I just go for yeah. I'm quite boring. Your classics, yeah. I like Futura and Helvetica. Oh God, Helvetica. But I was around when Helvetica was like just used all the time. But I do love that, just simple, straightforward, you know, to the point, on the point kind of typeface. Century Gothic, you know, those kind of just nice, clean, simple shaped fonts. But just saying that though, I did a piece the other day where I use what's his name, Hydro 74, that Joshua Smith.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I found some of his old fonts out, and I love the way over the top fonts he does. They're amazing. But yeah, I would say your classics, mate.
Nice. Hopefully Ant is satisfied with that answer.
I hope I think Ant's quite into his. I'm looking at his he does these yearly calendar planner things, and I think that's like his Letraset thing he does. He's kind of from back in the day, an old designer like myself, so I'm not sure everyone will remember Letraset. But that's like Helvetica. Do you remember Letraset? Yeah.
I remember even the early days of publishing, man. Like even it sounds simple, but everything just took so long. Like
totally.
Magazine spreads, like you used to have to scan in the photography, like 35 mil, scan it in, use it as a placeholder, work out the percentage that you wanted to scan it up, send it away. A week later, it would come back. You then import the high-res file. Like nowadays, man, it's so easy.
Totally. Oh, it's so kind of like on the fly now, isn't it? It's so kind of like yesterday. Yesterday. Very different back then. I can't. Yeah, those days were great. I had a discussion with someone the other day about like how it used to be. There's all these super groups of designers, you know, and I class myself as really lucky. I class the Attic as one of them, and the Attic Designers Republic, Tomato, you know, people. Do you remember that? You know, big super group kind of like design agencies that seem to be kind of like put on this pedestal sort of thing. You were just like in awe of them. Doesn't seem to be so much of that these days.
That's it, like pentagram, stuff like that.
Yeah. I miss that a little bit. Do and I don't, but been around a while, mate.
So let's see if anyone else has got any more questions. Here's another one.
What was your? I see one. What was your first Mac?
Yeah.
What was the most?
What did you have? Like you had like a white.
Mate, I came from a crummy college. I come from like some crummy college in Redditch, mate. I thought we had one PC Performer Mac. Remember them? The very first kind of.
Yeah.
And you had to like.
That played that game like Adam's Apple on it.
Remember that? Yeah, I do. I used to like, even before Macs though, I had like a ZX Spectrum, and you'd spend all day typing like coding just to make a circle move to a line, and you'd be so happy, be so chuffed with that.
Good days, man. Technology has come on like incredible leaps and bounds in pretty much like 20, 30 years. Can you
totally
see it? How much further can you see it going, man?
Oh, it's nuts, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
I always feel like it's gone so far and so quickly ahead that it's like the shit that we went through, like you say, Letraset and designing stuff in Quark Express and things like that.
Quark Express.
Sure, like, software-wise, how much further it can go. Unless we're going to the days where it's like you can just click on a picture and clone like the entire background out.
And masking and things like that. It's just totally different now, mate. I suppose it's all supposed to be a lot more kind of streamlined now, isn't it? And just make your work faster. I don't know if I tend to agree with that totally. I just find like the more updates I get, the more clunky my Photoshop comes.
Mate, I try not to update, man. I try not to update anything.
Yeah. I'm a nightmare designer though. You know, I've seen all these memes sort of like knocking around like the layer 1, layer 2 copy. I'm that. I'm a car crash, mate, when it comes to Photoshop. People used to pull their hair out with my layers.
I set it up yesterday and it's a mess. We got like screenshots, fucking final version 1, final version 6.
I'm terrible for it.
Like the new _final version.
I am terrible for it. I throw shit in there and there's not even anything on the layer. You know what I mean? So I forgot to draw on that layer. I'll leave it in there. I'll sort it out later. I'll probably spend like another day after sorting it out. I'm terrible. Yeah. But if I get there, it's just about getting there, getting the result I want. I don't worry about it until afterwards. But I'd say another question, mate. If you weren't in a creative career path, what would you be doing? Oh, mate, this is all I've ever known. I had like one of those panicky moments the other night. Like, if it all dries up, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I've been there.
Don't get me wrong, I've worked some shit, like, oh, kids are about, but I've worked some crap jobs. You know, I've worked in the factories, and I'm not saying that's crap, but it's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And
that you need to do for
not even nice factories though. Not even nice factories. I just used to work in the, oh God, I worked in kind of like Findus for a bit, and I worked in a room called the pig room. I'll leave that to your imagination, but it's just like I was cleaning all day, and I used to clean floors in supermarkets all through the night, which weren't too bad actually, because I was on one of those little buffer machines, stop flying around. Yeah, that was all right. But I've done some bad jobs, mate. You know, you do what you do to make money, don't you?
Hey, that's it. If a lot of us have got.
And I was thinking the other day, just like, oh, if all work dries, what am I going to do? Where am I going to take it? And it's so hard now as well, the way the landscape's changed because of this. But anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed, just plug on. But if I weren't doing this and the world was all right, I don't know, I've always kind of liked the idea of maybe getting into special effects somehow in film, but more kind of like on a more hands-on kind of thing, like cameraman or something, or camera work or something. I suppose that just all comes back to having an eye for something. Can't get away from that. So maybe something along those lines, or anywhere where you just.
Has there ever been any times in your career when you've had enough of being a creative and you just thought, you know what, I don't want to. I'd quite happily just do something else. Have you ever hit that wall before?
No.
Never.
I haven't, mate. Honestly, I've been so stressed out sometimes with like, especially like big campaign jobs and things like that, and it's like, whoa, you know, you need this and need that, and I've got to get it done. I just have my moments of kind of inwards freak out.
Yeah.
But I've never really. I love what I do. You know, very lucky to do what I do.
Yeah.
Well, you make your own luck. You know, worked hard to get here.
That's it. I feel like everything's just a combination of like I don't really believe there's been a lot of people told me in the past before, especially with having a brand that you produce stock and you get it in stockists, and there's a lot of people believe that hard work guarantees success, which I think's personally bullshit. I think it's a strong combination of hard work and luck.
Yeah, totally.
And some people aren't lucky, man. Some people get chat on all the time, and so you just got to do what you can do, man.
Yeah, totally. And part of that hard work, though, is just kind of putting yourself out there. You know, just talking to people, and just not being afraid to approach people or say something. You know, because you don't know who you're talking to. You know, like you might click with them, and they could be like, I don't know, the creative director of some ad agency or something. They're like, okay, yeah, what he said and what he's doing, I like.
Did I ever tell the story how I got that the Onrush job?
No.
I'll try and say it as quickly as possible. But that was a case of that AnyForty book that you mentioned.
Yeah.
That we did 6 years ago. Taking a visit down to Liverpool to see Purdy, and had my dog with us, Blue, and my other dog, my old dog Money, and got to a coffee shop. Got there early where we were meeting. So sat down, I had the two dogs with us, and this lady came up and she was like, "Oh, I love these dogs. Can I say hello?" So I'm like, "Yeah, of course, say hello." So she started talking to her. She was like, "What are you doing in Liverpool?" So I told her, and told her like, "Oh, I've just recently left London, moved back up to Newcastle." And she asked what I did, and explained I've got this brand that works with artists and illustrators. And she was like, "Oh, my boyfriend loves graphic T-shirts. Like, I'll put them onto your website." And I was like, "Oh, hang tight, man. I've got a copy of this book in the car." So I was like, "Wait there a moment. I'll get the book." Ran to the car, brought it back, gave her the book. A year later, I get an email from, at the time it was Richard, who worked for Codemasters, saying, "Look, I got your book a year ago. I loved it. I've been looking at it, waiting for an opportunity to work with you. We've got this game. Can you sign an NDA and let's tell you more about it?" And then it just rolled from there, man. So that job, which is in AnyForty's life, that's the biggest job we've ever done.
That's amazing.
Mate, yeah, 4 months of work, pulling in like probably about 60 artists, like over 200 pieces of work. And that came from speaking to someone in a coffee shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Who liked my dog. And to be honest, mate, I'm a friendly guy and I like chatting to people, but some days you get a day when it's just like, nah, I can't be bothered talking to you. And if I chose that day not to speak to that person, none of that would have happened.
Yeah, yeah, totally. That's wicked.
That's it. Everyone's saying so dogs are the answer to success.
yeah, totally, mate. That's a great tale. Well, it's like doing that stuff for that band I'm doing for the moment. There he is. Hello, Blue.
Who's that, Blue?
Hello.
Too busy looking out the window, looking at the magpie. Go back to sleep. Sorry, mate. Yeah, the job you're doing for
just saying that thing for Scribes, the band stuff I'm doing. It's just through chatting, just asking about their music. Weren't kind of fishing for anything. I just wanted some music for the kids to listen to because they enjoyed it at the festival. And then they got in touch and bam, doing some stuff for them.
That might be a good advice for people that might be a bit short of work at the moment or looking for new clients. Just chat to people.
Just talk. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's it.
The right sort of stranger, not them dudes walking around in the pig trench coats in the park 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, don't sort of like hang outside people's houses. You like the look of, and like knock on their windows and shit. Like you're just gonna freak them out, get arrested. But then you don't know who you're sharing a cell with, so you could get chatting to them and
that's it.
Some pissed CEO in there,
Mate, that's it. The world is like it's a big place, but at the same time, it's tiny, man. You just don't know who you get to. So that's incredible.
No, that's great.
Let's see if there's any more questions, but I've kept you for like nearly an hour now, so I want to let you get
Has it been that long? Seriously?
Yeah, mate, 50
nuts.
Just one last little question. The Merch Art Gallery have asked, does living in Bristol help your creativity? Do you think you'd be as creative if you were still in the Midlands?
Yeah.
Probably be in prison.
Yeah. yeah, or that, mate. Honestly, won't go into that though. But yeah, I think wherever I am, it helps.
Yeah.
But I think if if you're a creative person, you're a creative person. Simple as that. You find you're going different kind of like ways of doing it, different outlets. You just do. Yeah. Definitely,
mate. Well, I think. Yeah, that's about it, man. I don't want to take any more of your time because you're a busy man. So yeah, we'll wrap that up. If anyone wants to give you a follow, at Melbs74.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. How organised am I? Melbs74. That's right. Instagram. I do post work, but I just post work in progress stuff as well. I'm terrible at Instagram. I know that's not the kind of advice you really want, but I am. Don't follow my advice when it comes to social media. Like, I've got friends who are like, "Why are you posting stuff at 2 a.m? No one's going to see that." Yeah. It's like because that's when I'm finishing. I just feel like posting something. I should be on it a lot more with hashtags and things.
Nowadays, mate, it doesn't matter. There's people like I need to find out when's the best time to put this sort of chit chat out. There's people that like what we do all over the world, mate. So I think at the moment we might have some Americans, we've got.
This is it, yeah. You can't never really. That's my old friend Stu actually talking about Birmingham. He's another amazing artist you should check out. He does mountain paintings, but Shred Art Leonard, he's an awesome artist, awesome painter. But I don't know, mate. It just seems like the world's awake at some point, isn't it? Somewhere in some point. It's a weird one. I can never figure it out. Instagram, to be honest. It's like you think you do a great bit of work and you put it out there, and then you get like 2 likes, and then like you put something out there, it's all right. It might be a sketch or something, or a bit of work you've not worked on as hard as that other bit of work, and it gets like 200 hits. So to me, that just says. Look at the draw, really. The hashtag, I know some absolutely amazing artists and hardly got any followers, and then you look at someone else and bang on for creating, and brilliant for being part of the game, but you're not as good as my mate. You've got like a million followers or something like that. I can't work it out, mate. I've given up working it out, to be honest. I just see it as a bit of fun now. I just honestly do see it as a bit of a platform to have some fun with and just put my work out. People see it, they see it. If they don't, they don't.
That should be the goal for everybody in the
Yeah,
next few weeks. Have
it's
fun with
weird
it.
one, isn't it? Because you do find